What is up, guys? Dashing here, bringing you episode 590. Can you believe we are only 10 episodes away from 600 mind-baffling? And edition number 36, guys, of NGW TV, the fallout of what was an amazing Checkpoint, South Carolina event this past Sunday. And of course, still in tears after the Fusion finale. But do not forget, tomorrow night, guys, the last ever episode of Genesis this Sunday, CyberSlam 4. If you still have not gotten your votes in, you have until tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link can be found on our Twitter and our Discord. I just retweeted it, in fact, a couple of hours ago. Before the new era is ushered in, guys, starting next week, NGW will be on Mondays, and the brand new show merging Fusion and Genesis into one mega roster, Supremacy, will be on Fridays. But getting down to the brass tacks of tonight, guys, what a show we have in store for you. And kicking things off with some action in the women's division as China Sage with her Sage sisters going to be taking on Tailcoat Val with her Val Gals. What up, though, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I know it's a bit earlier than usual, but with the new schedule, NGW is actually going to be later, probably around on Mondays, 4 or 5 p.m. EST. What a way to wake up, though. You open your little eyes, you let out a big yawn, you turn over, you look at your phone, you say, wipe your eye, huh? Dashing DJ Yuri is live with NGW? Oh, boy. And then you just get to stay in bed and relax, kick back, and watch some action. And what a main event we have in store, guys, right here tonight. The new NGW champion. Yes, you are hearing that correctly. If you did not see Checkpoint, South Carolina, Dante Tatum with his brand new NGW championship in tow. Going to be going one-on-one with the newly solo American Dragon, Gary Reed. I cannot wait for that. Also, Ace Reeves, guys, who made that huge debut last week, defeating Dante Tatum. Going to be going toe-to-toe with Benny Banks in a matchup that is sure to have our jaws dropped a couple of times before it is over. We haven't seen either one of these gals, guys, in a few weeks. In fact, I don't think we've had China Sage in action since her loss on the Validation pre-show. Tailcoat Val as well, in fact. It was them on the same team being defeated by Amber Briggs and Rami Young. Both of them showing up with their respective troops at their 6. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong, because the Sage sisters a couple of weeks ago knocked off Rosebud Champ in that 1v3 handicap match. That glossed over in my mind for a second. It was supposed to be Rosebud Champ one-on-one with China Sage, but then, well, Casey and Cheryl debuted, and then ended up being too much for the country girl to handle. We haven't seen Rose since then, in fact, probably taking that loss harshly. But I've got to say, I am a big Tailcoat Val fan. Especially that entrance. I mean, what vocals. So long as she doesn't open up that umbrella inside. Get us all some bad luck. She's A-okay in my book. And the Val Gals, Oriah and Leliana, trailing behind her. Gonna be a crowded ringside area for this one. I'll be shocked if we don't have any interferences. I'll eat my shorts. Yeah, indeed, China Sage not be able to use that numbers game like she did against Rosebud Champ with the Val Gals out here. Ooh, Bateman way behind in the stream. Referee Poe, though, rings the bell. China Sage, Tailcoat Val. 1-on-1. Val right out of the gate, desperate to get recognized after being on the shelf these last few weeks. You should see the forums, in fact, on our website. You might be surprised how many fans Tailcoat Val really has, and they want to see her not just get a match, but also succeed. China Sage, though, has her own goals in mind, and the Sage sisters looking to take over NGW. I mean, especially with the House of Hayes being no more, guys, there's a big gap left, a hole to be filled for, a trio like the Sage sisters or Tailcoat Val and her Val gals to, shove their flag into the dirt. Make it clear that they're going to be the women to beat. Dropkick to the back of the head. Speaking of, though, the NGW Women's Champion in action tonight, guys. Tag team match as she'll be pairing up with Sunny Octave to take on Amber Briggs and Akira. I'm surprised Octave even here tonight after getting driven through that table this past Sunday at Checkpoint, South Carolina. That triple threat 2 out of 3 falls tables match, which was won by Akira, guys. But speaking of the women's title, we're going to find out who right here next week on NGW TV will challenge Ashley Rain for her title in her next defense when Katie O'Sparkle goes one-on-one with Riley Van Wilson. Irish whip, though, by China Sage, putting Tailcoat Val in the corner. Ooh! Handspring into a back elbow. Now on that bottom rope, hang on 1 minute, 450 splash by China Sage, who I didn't think was as athletically gifted as that. Punch to the midsection, though. Val takes it with a pinch of salt and a kick right to the shin there. We're also going to have the debut of 2 new tag teams in the NGW Tag Team Division, guys. Cam Harris and Bad Boy Bill Wild going to be, squaring off with DC and DJ Law. Both teams hoping to assert themselves in the division and rise up the rankings. I mean, we saw DC and DJ Law team together a couple of weeks ago in winning fashion. Meanwhile, Cam Harris and Bill Wild also have previously teamed. Definitely excited to see that one. Also, the Prestige in action as they'll be taking on the Ali Brothers in a rematch from their debut, actually. Right now, China Sage having a body scissors on Tailcoat Val. Ooh, and a little, perhaps, kiss goodnight from China Sage as Val is desperately trying to get herself up to a vertical base. Ooh, missed that clothesline. Thankfully for Tailcoat Val, who uses that time wisely, elbow to the side of the head and a rolling knee bar, guys. Knee bar being applied here by Tailcoat Val. But China Sage be forced to tap. No, a harsh elbow right to the middle of the back. Oh, now thrown to the outside. Tailcoat Val smacking her back off the ring apron. The Val gals, look how they're spread out. The Sage sisters, too. This is essentially a lumberjack match, I mean. Tailcoat Val, wrong move there, and she pays for it. Headbutt to the ribs and then a kick to the lower back. I mean, China Sage is a hard hitter, guys. The Ghetto Queen looking to blast Tailcoat Val with that test drive. I love me a good test drive. Thought she was maybe going to go for the pin, but then changed her mind, I guess. And China Sage from the apron now, guys, looking for something big to perhaps end this match. Springboard. Ooh, knee strike. Right on the money. That's going to be good night. 1, 2. No. Tailcoat Val surprisingly able to hang in there and kick out. But China Sage not letting that deter her. Refocusing. Super kick. But Tailcoat Val sidesteps it in a pinpoint drop kick right to the knee. Tailcoat Val trying to get back into this one. I don't think the NGW universe is exactly on either one of these women's side. We know that Tailcoat Val has a large following on the forums, but I don't think people know her well enough. The mainstream fan base. And she's yet to get a victory in her NGW career. She really needs this one. Oh no, on the outside, China Sage from the fireman's carry position. Around and around she goes, guys. Airplane spin. Not just making Tailcoat Val dizzy, but me as well. Ooh, I'm getting a bit nauseous over here. And she's going around and again, another loop. Dear Lord. And then just dropping Tailcoat Val hard on the outside, basically on concrete. Those pads offer little to no protection. China Sage herself looking a bit dazed and confused. Count of 7. They have until 20 to get back into the ring. Tailcoat Val, though, trying to regain her balance. Eyes crossed, telling China Sage, come on, you still got something? Let's finish this. Back into the ring comes Sage. And Tailcoat Val goes low again, guys, after the knee. What is Tailcoat Val setting up for? It's clear she has a target in mind. Oh, no, come on. One of the Sage sisters, I do believe that's Casey, on the apron, distracting Val. Ooh, but maybe Val knew it was a trap, luring China Sage in. And now Val with a KO. Forearm smash, guys, to the back of the head. Sage laid out in the corner, but apparently she's hard-headed. Another handspring back elbow, and once more going to show off her agility with that 450 splash. Casey's messing with the top turnbuckle over there. Poe not paying her any mind, though. And a count of 2, very close. Ooh, and China Sage smacking that bootay. Looks like she's got a plan in mind here. Seated position, China Sage. Oh, Lord! Grabbing Val by the hair, guys. That is some power. And back to this body scissors once again. China Sage and Tailcoat Val really evenly matched in terms of height and weight. But those legs constricting on the ribs, making it hard for Val to breathe. A couple of well-placed elbows set her free. Irish whip into the corner. Gotta be careful over there, though, with the Sage sisters lurking ringside. Punch to the chest, goes for a slap, but Val went low and a dragon screw. And what's this now by Val? Wait a minute, guys. Indian Deathlock. Indian Deathlock being applied by Tailcoat Val. And after all the damage to the knee throughout this match, will China Sage be forced to tap? No, the Ghetto Queen slapping at the ankle of Val. Ooh, and then a forearm smash to the jaw. Gonna force the break. Knee to the midsection. And a clothesline down to the outside goes Sage. Tailcoat Val saying, this is my ring. Gonna take a breather before going to collect her opponent. The Sage sisters keeping their distance. Don't want to risk a disqualification. They've already gotten involved in this match a couple of times. Elbow to the knee. Forearm smash blocked by China. Ooh, but missed it. Stomp to the quad. And Val looks like she's out of gas. Back into the ring. Sage actually at the very same time cuts her off. Scoop slam. Hang on. Shave for the Junkyard Dog. I guess paying homage. And now China Sage, I think, again, going to go for that ghetto kick. And there it is. Middle of the ring. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And the unlucky run for Tailcoat Val, I should say, continues after a great match. Sage able to get the win. Not without a bit of assistance from her sisters, mind you. And as China Sage celebrates, Tailcoat Val on the apron, guys, looking defeated. What does she have to do to turn things around in her career? Up next, though, lads and gents, it is that tag team matchup I was talking about. Cam Harris and Bad Boy Bill Wild, who have dubbed themselves the Beatdown, taking on DC and DJ Law, who have christened their duo the Elite. And both these teams do have prior experience as a unit. More recently, we saw DC and Law just last week get a victory over the Armbar Society in the ABS's last ever match. We now know Walter Willet permanently on the main roster. Gary Reed, a solo superstar once more in the main event. What an opportunity he has one-on-one with the brand new NGW champion, Dante Tatum. But both of these teams went to Ken Donahue and said, we want a chance to rise up the rankings, and so he pitted them against each other. And shortly after Black Magic's great win, retaining in under 2 minutes in that triple threat Tornado Tag Team title match in Checkpoint, or I should say at Checkpoint in South Carolina, they are in need of a fresh set of challengers. And here's a tweet, in fact, guys, from Jared Leon, who says, 2 new teams, let's see if we have competition. The tag team division on NGW certainly has faced a shift with the Armbar Society ending and the Misfits breaking up after what Joseph Santos did to Tenra a couple of weeks back. But these 2 new teams are hoping to pounce on that opening, if you will, and prove that they have what it takes to be the team in NGW. Cam Harris, who made his long-awaited return to NGW a couple of weeks ago, actually in the 6-man tag team match where one of his partners was the bad boy, Bill Wild. And Cam Harris has always been a silver-tongued devil. Remember last season he was able to recruit Will Ford and Eli Park to be his henchmen. They called themselves the Enterprise, and they were dominant in NGW. In fact, it led Cam Harris to a Rising Star title reign. So now Harris has found himself a new ally. Cam Harris and bad boy Bill Wild, the beatdown. And these are definitely 2 hard-hitting individuals together. I see them being a force to be reckoned with. But speaking of, guys, last week we saw these 2 work like a well-oiled machine in defeating one of the greatest tag teams in NGW history, the Armbar Society, in their last match as a team. And I guess that prompted DC and Law to think long-term. And these are for sure 2 of the elite on NGW. DC, who, despite his loss to Bolay in South Carolina, man, what a performance, what a match it was. And DJ Law, of course, his time when unmatched, he was a world title contender. Cam Harris going to start things off against DC here in this tag team match, as both pairings hope to pave a way towards a possible future NGW championship match. Spins him around, leg drop, and this is a 300-plus pound man raining down these heavy shots. Leg sweep by Cam Harris, and then a stomp to the chest. Now, don't underestimate the craftiness of the Sin City Savior. Hang on a minute, the former Rising Star champion. What's he doing here? Whoa, a moonsault. I guess the people's moonsault, you would call that one. I was expecting an elbow. Clothesline from DC, early tag to DJ Law. I would love to see these 2 have a one-on-one match, man. That's an instant match of the night contender. Taken for a bit of a walk is Law. Elbow to the midsection, and again. Cam Harris, a NGW veteran at this point. Even before NGW was created, he was a part of the main roster for a while. Vied for the Rising Star Championship on multiple occasions before finally capturing it last season. tag to bad boy Bill Wild, who admittedly we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of. He debuted in that Fatal 4-Way a few weeks ago, and then again was a part of that 6-man tag, but I am eager to see what he, along with Cam Harris, can accomplish, because, I mean, just look at their names, The Beatdown, it is accurate. Double boots to the chest. DJ Law creates himself an opening. Irish whip into the corner. Looking for a tag to DC. Nope, rejected by Wild. And looks like, ooh, Cam Harris is distracting referee Poe. I don't know what for exactly, but Harris trying to give Bill Wild a helping hand back into the corner. DJ Law desperately wants that tag. Ooh, going for DC. And now DC tags himself in, and how about this? Wow, come on, I was actually looking forward to seeing that. Wild tags in Harris. Once again, we've got these two going at it. Able to escape the scoop slam into a reverse DDT. I hope the ring's been reinforced for when Bill Wild and DC do inevitably collide. That's over 600 pounds. Look at that deadlift into a power slam. Rank of the eye, though. Like I said, Cam Harris, always one to watch out for. Oh, hang on a minute. Using the assistance of Chris Benoit's Ghost. Nice leg sweep by Cam, who goes into a full mount. And yeah, Cam definitely is a smaller superstar, but don't let that fool you. I mean, look at these shots he's throwing down. Don't let Cam catch you in the alleyway. That is some impressive power. Oh, hang on a minute. Rams him into the turnbuckles, then a power slam into the middle of the ring, stomped to the back of the head as DC was making his way over to try and tag Law. Sweep by the greatest athlete. That's what he calls himself, and honestly, it's hard to argue. You don't believe him, just check out that match he had with Bole in South Carolina, guys, but what a flatliner that was. DC perhaps going to bring this one to an end early? No. Only a 2 count. Cam Harris dazed and confused, though, and I think the Elite finished this one off. They call this the status check, and Cam Harris might be going down. Yeah, there it is. R.I.P. I do believe. Will we get the 1, 2, 3, or can Bill Wild make the save? He can. I guess too close to the corner of the beatdown. But look at this now. D and Law gonna work together this match. Oh, Wild with a magic killer. Woo. Both guys continuing to lay out their respective foes. Cam Harris in the confusion, able to snap back to reality. Had that half Kemble clutch. Law escapes from behind. Maybe a reverse DDT, an inverted suplex. No, an elbow to the midsection. Law with a vertical suplex. DJ Law now goes low. We've seen this from him before. The back suplex into the German. And gonna finish it off with the vertical, that modified Three Amigos. Hooks the leg, guys. After all the damage Harris has taken, this could do it. Oh, geez, DC seeing red as he charges past referee Poe, knocking him down. And DJ Law, Lawbreaker, hang on though. Cam Harris with a knee to the top of the head. Just when you thought he was done for. Oh, and again, the Sin City Savior with the People's Moonsault. Stomp to the wrist. Harris starts to dig into an opponent like this. He is difficult to stop. Rings of Saturn. Like an octopus, the way he wraps himself around his opponent's bodies. Elbow after elbow. Law able to get free, but as the damage done, you see him grab it at his arm. Kick up under the knee. Irish whip into the corner. Tag to DC. And the Elite again going to show us that they Oh, are a threat to be taken seriously in the tag division. Drop kick, vertical suplex combo. I am already a huge fan of the Elite. And now look at Law. Not who I'd call a submission artist, but hoping to tap out Cam Harris here with the Cobra Clutch crossface. Continues to find ways to survive. Can't just keep doing that though. In order to win, got to get some offense in there. Ooh, sit out scoop slam. Interesting. If I were Cam Harris, I'd want to make the tag to Bill Wilder right now, but instead Harris concerned about being flashy as he hits this for the third time. People's moonsault. Stomp right onto the face. Now Cam Harris off the ropes, knee to the side of the head, neck breaker, reality check for the greatest athlete. Harris creating an opening, and here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Bad boy Bill Wild, like a vulture, gonna feed on the scraps. Big man to big man, over 600 pounds in the ring. Body splash. Gotta be surprised Bill didn't just bounce off DC. Section. Ain't done yet. Irish whip to the corner, slowly but surely approaching. Tag to DJ Law. Double Irish whip. Double back elbow. Hang up. Whoa! Senton leg drop combo. Yes, please. Who would have thought DC guys and DJ Law would mesh so well together? Instant fan favorites here. Ooh, double axe handle. Bill Wild dropped like a sack of stone. He just gets right back up. DJ Law and then guy. Maybe shouldn't be taunting someone like Wild though. DJ Law vertical suplex. That's impressive in and of itself, but another one. Hang on, is he gonna pull off the third? Ooh! And modifies it into a fisherman's 2. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. Oh, and DC has once again in this knocked over Poe. That might end up leading to a disqualification. DC's got to be careful, man. It's like he's not aware of the power he possesses, but look at this. Hoisting 300 plus pounds, but much like Cam Harris did earlier, Bill Wild able to escape the lawbreaker. Gets himself a chance to breathe, clotheslining Law out of the ring. One of Max's has been so far. Bill Wild putting an exclamation point on the beatdown with that scoop slam onto the apron. DJ Law, shocked he isn't broken in half right now. His spine not shattered into a million little pieces. Punch to the back of the head. Great teamwork, snapmare. DC, ooh, sliding knee strike, clothesline. Hang on, elbow drop. Law with an elbow drop too. How are you not a fan of the Elite, but DC busy showboating? Hot tag, and here comes the Sin City Savior. But walks, what was that? Was that a hip toss choke slam? I have never seen that before, but it was awesome. And another flatliner, but no. Cam Harris digs down deep, trio elbows to the back of the head, drop kick. Misses that single leg drop kick though. And now he's gonna pay for it. Irish whip to the corner. DC coming at him like a house of fire. Oh, slap the knee. Don't know how much damage that's going to do. There you have it. Oh, Cam Harris hits the jackpot with that hammerlock routine. Oh, but bad boy Bill Wild was still down. He's unable to stop DJ Law from making the save. And now Cam Harris strutting his stuff. He's got another one though. DC hasn't even recuperated from the first. Jackpot. Ooh, but he was ready for it that time. Forearm smash from the greatest athlete. Corner tag to bad boy Bill Wild. And what are these two going to bring to the table? Hang on a minute. The boot of doom. The beatdown might have this one in the bag. One. Wow, Cam Harris. Not trying very hard there. Trying to get some order in here. DC and Cam Harris beating the hell out of each other, but it's Bad Boy Bill Wild and DC who are the legal. What is happening? Oh, face first goes DC into the canvas. And now a heavy Irish whip into the corner. Face to face. Bill Wild gets driven head first into the canvas, and look at DC just hyping himself up. Stomp to the back of the head. Oh man, I feel like they're about to go through the mat. Oh, power slam. But both these teams just perfectly in tandem. A war to show to not only General Manager Ken Donahue, not only the NGW universe, but that locker room too, who the new tag team on the block is going to be. One night stand. Something tells me Bill Wild has had a lot of those. He seems like the kind of guy. DC tiring out, tag to DJ Law, who's going to bring that stamina factor to the table. DC could go all night long, baby. Tries for a punch to the jaw, forearm smash. Wayside slam! Boss man would be proud. Look at how Bill Wild is just starting into DJ Law with a smile. His face. Heavy Irish whip into the turnbuckles. Ricocheting out, but DJ Law maybe playing a bit of Bill Wild taken down with that reverse DDT, and DJ Law's got something in his back pocket. Over to the corner, you see Cam Harris on the apron. He's barely able to stand without the assistance of the ropes. Targeting the leg, boot to the jaw instead. DJ Law, the chance to tag DC guys, but DC, I think he's out of this one for good. The fate of this match might rest solely on the shoulders of DJ Law, who again is going to go for this modified Three Amigos, the two vertical suplexes, and then the Fisherman's out hooking it for the pin this time, going for a standard pin. 1, 2, but somehow, some way, the Bad Boy is able to kick out that drop kick. Ooh, and DJ Law gets bulldozed over. Like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Swinging the knee to the midsection. Third time's the charm, they say. Lawbreaker by DJ. But can Cam Harris make the save? 1, 2. No. What? I have no idea what happened, guys. I'm not sure if Bill Wild kicked out, if Cam Harris made the save. Somehow DC has been sent to the outside, and Poe has taken, I believe, his third bump in this match. DC running back to his corner just in case Law needs to make a tag, but too little, too late. Capture suplex. European uppercut. Putting some distance between these two. DJ Law goes low. Bill Wild waiting with a swinging knee strike. And again, 300 pounds squashing Law like a bug in the corner. Spine buster into the pin. 1, 2, 3, guys. And the beatdown is victorious over the Elite. DC even getting a little DDT that busts him open in the end, courtesy of Cam Harris. Hang on a minute, though. Wait! The beatdown aren't done. Living up to their name with a senseless post-match attack on DJ Law. Now, hang on a minute. What's the reasoning for this? Absolutely despicable behavior by the beatdown, who are indeed victorious, but leaving a sour taste in the mouth. The cherry on top, I guess. The beatdown has arrived to the NGW Tag Team Division. The show goes on. Up next, guys, as more women's competition. Next week, right here on NGW TV, episode 37, will challenge Ashley Rain for the women's title. It is Katie O'Sparkle taking on Riley Van Wilson, guys, and it was these two who made it to the finals of the tag team component of the Joker's Wild tournament that went on last month and a bit of the month previous. They took on Rami Young and Amber Briggs in losing fashion, which then led to Rami and Briggs having that classic 2 out of 3 falls match last week, which Rami Young went on to challenge Rain in South Carolina, and despite a valiant effort, would end up being defeated. Rain still the champ, and now she needs a new challenger, guys, and both of these women blame each other for their loss in the Joker's Wild tournament, and so they're looking to prove who the weak link was. A lot of people believe Riley Van Wilson should have gotten a shot at the title a long time ago. Well, now she's closer than she's ever been. Taking on one half of the O'Sparkle twins, leaving Casey in the back, I guess, for this one. I appreciate that. Good sportsmanship. The Ollie brothers are indeed booked. Later on tonight, taking on the Prestige. Riley Van Wilson definitely has much more experience than Katie O'Sparkle does. I mean, RVW was on Ferocity for its last couple of months, and since NGW started up again, she has been a force to be reckoned with, and still to this day, guys, is unbeaten one-on-one. The Polish Nightmare hoping to meet Ashley Rain in a battle of the unbeatens. I'm there for that, but I ain't counting out Katie just yet. The Sparkle twins have been crafty little buggers since debuting. So there we go. I'm sure Ashley Rain keeping a close eye on this while simultaneously preparing for her tag team match later on tonight. Her and Sunny Octave against Amber Briggs. Akira. Let's not forget Ace Reeves, guys, and Benny Banks one-on-one still tonight. And in our main event, Gary Reed hopes to kick off his singles career by defeating the NGW champion Dante Tatum, and Katie taking a cheap shot after that test of strength. Riley Van Wilson going to make her pay with a German suplex. European uppercut, knocking the spit right out of Wilson's mouth. Misses the Irish whip, though. There's where that reach can come back to bite you sometimes. Ooh, swinging neck breaker. Dante Tatum is hellish after being victorious over Yosef Ali Vota in the main event of Checkpoint, South Carolina this past Sunday. Going to be arriving in style with his new title tonight. Can't wait to see that thing glistening in the spotlight. Scoop slam and a corkscrew elbow drop. Tries for an Irish whip, countered though by RVW, sends her into the corner, but Katie's waiting with an elbow, guys, and so far in this match, it's been largely controlled by Katie O'Sparkle. Oh, but a little bit of mind games. RVW says you're just biding your time. Sit out face buster. RV taking her own grave, playing around with her food instead of actually trying to get the job done as quickly as possible. On the rebound, roll through, on her knees. RVW going to take all of that kick to the chest. I wonder how Casey feels about her sister getting this opportunity instead of her. Hopefully there's no twin jealousy in the midst. We already have enough jealousy going around in the women's division. Leapfrog drop down. Again, the roll through, guys, and another kick to the chest. What is going on? RVW has been all but unstoppable in singles competition. Maybe a bit rusty is the thing. I mean, RVW hasn't had a singles match in a few months. First, she was teaming with Amy Winters, and then, of course, with Katie in the Joker's Wild tournament. Drop toe hold. Draped on that middle rope. Ooh, drop kick. And you see how she drop kicked the rope, guys, forcing it to go right into RVW's throat. And a bow and arrow now applied. Bending the back in a way it simply should not, but RVW able to escape it like a tadpole splash. Can she finally turn this one around? Another neck breaker. Some aggression showing us. Sparkle tries to crack open the Polish Nightmare skull. Just like that, though, you leave yourself open. Wilson's gonna make you pay, cleaning Katie's clock with that punch, and no time wasted. The Polish hammer? No! Reversed by Sparkle. RVW's biggest move getting countered is not a good sign. That forearm smash off the ropes. Guys, I think Katie's asleep. Oh, kick out at one. Picked up to a vertical base. Irish whip to the corner. Coming up from behind, trying for an Enzu lariat. Katie lying in wait. Hangman's neck breaker. RVW has been waiting for a chance like this, guys, since the season began. She is as close as she ever has been to a one-on-one shot at the women's title. Ashley Rain awaiting the victor next week on NGW TV, episode 37. And now Katie getting ahead of herself, guys, taunting RVW right in her face. RVW from the apron. These two having a staring contest. Drop kick to the outside. Have a nice trip and see you next fall. RVW. Oh, did she just knife edge chop her in the throat? I think she did. Gonna be having a sore throat when she wakes up tomorrow. That's if she wakes up tomorrow, the way this match is going so far. Clothesline, and Katie just chucking RVW down into the middle of the ring like garbage. And Katie now, guys, looking for the massive upset to hand RVW her first singles loss and get a shot at Ashley Rain in the women's title next week. Implant Buster shoots the half, hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Katie Sparkle now has to try and consider different ways of finishing off RVW. Meanwhile, an STF applied. Will RVW clutch up and force Katie to submit? She does! Wow! A momentary lapse of judgment by Katie Sparkle leaves her exposed in RVW with the STF. Remains unbeaten one-on-one, guys, and gets Ashley Rain right here next week for the women's title. It's going to be unbeaten versus unbeaten. Someone's got to lose. I am going to be there for that. And now prepare to have your eyes widen, your jaws drop down to the floor, because this is going to be a match to remember. I can already tell. A-Series guys who burst onto the scene here in NGW last week with that instant classic he had against Dante Tatum, guys, and even defeating Dante Tatum at the end of the day, and Tatum would go on to win the NGW title. Many saying Ace Reeves perhaps deserves a shot at the championship because of that, and Ace Reeves even sent out a tweet after Dante's victory saying, I hope we do meet again in the future, and perhaps for that championship. It seems like Dante is game, but Dante has a bigger challenge, I think, waiting for him, accepting Yosef Ali Vota's rematch earlier tonight when the show started. The super athletes advocate Ted Dickens cashing in Yosef's rematch clause, guys, in 6 weeks for the next Checkpoint event, which will take place in England. Very much looking forward to that. And, well, it is going to be a night to remember because Yosef Ali Vota has challenged Dante Tatum to a Cage of Horrors match, and Tatum accepted. The NGW title going to be on the line inside of Hell in a Cell, and anything goes. If I were Tatum, I'd enjoy these next few weeks with that shiny new belt, because I don't think it's going to last past England. But again, Ace Reeves, affectionately dubbed the manipulator of gravity, has already maybe got a chip on his shoulder. Look at the way he's walking. That is some swag. However, Benny Banks ain't nothing to be joked with. Either one of these men could see themselves take a step towards the Rising Star Championship, which is now held by Antonio Baleska, guys. The legendary reign of Anthony Hunt being ended by the Italian Stallion at Checkpoint, South Carolina. And though Antonio is not in action tonight, guys, he will be next week, his first match as champion. And he's not the greatest, he's not even the best, but he is the worst that wrestling has to offer. Benny Banks, who made his much anticipated debut last month, a part of that fatal 4-way, which he unfortunately lost, but got back on track the following week with a 6-man tag team victory. It was last week, guys, that he got into a war of words with Cam Harris right in the middle of the ring, and the two accepted a match against each other, which I have been told will go down right here on NGW TV in 2 weeks. After what Cam Harris and Bad Boy Bill Wild did to the Elite earlier tonight, Benny Banks got to have eyes in the back of his head, while simultaneously trying to focus on Ace Reeves as well. Did I laugh creepily or something? I'm sorry I scared you, Mark. I'll never do it again. Poe rings the bell, though, and here we go. Ace Reeves versus Benny Banks, the manipulator of gravity versus the worst. And a test of strength to start things off. Hopefully we get a clean break, and we do, showing mutual respect between one another. Everybody's been talking about Ace Reeves since his victory over Dante Tatum in his debut last week. Maybe Benny Banks feeling a bit shafted, you know, he just arrived. Why aren't people talking about him? Only so much room to rise to the top here in NGW, and it's going to be even more so, you know, starting next week, the new era of CMV ushered in when there's only one main roster show, Fusion and Genesis, combining into one mega roster supremacy. NGW's got a lot to live up to, you know, only the greatest can be sent up to Supremacy limited spots. Overhand punch. Oh, and a super kick. There you go. Ace Reeves taking it like a champ. I think Benny Banks was going to try to taunt. Wrestling takedown, a helicopter spin, and a slap to the top of the head. I think that's just some playful offense right there. I don't know if Benny Banks is going to take it that way, though. Irish whip off the ropes. Benny Banks, a little bit of a, double leapfrog and a back elbow that time. Arm drag has Double B down on one knee for only a second. Now it's Ace Reeves with the Irish whip, leapfrog, and you blink, you miss it. Around and around we go. exactly what I was expecting between these two. Benny Banks getting caught up in that drop toe hold. And Ace Reeves, who is a very tall competitor, but also slim, which makes him incredibly aerodynamic. We saw how fast he was zipping around the ring last week against Dante Tatum, and even so far in this match. Oh, that kick came out of nowhere. Catching Reeves right in the eye, I do think, and now Benny Banks going to take the arm and snap it right over the knee, trying to maybe break it in half, if not at the very least incapacitated for the remainder of the match. From the top rope, guys, elbow drop from the worst, but it misses. And Ace Reeves now going to take control with a corkscrew neckbreaker. Hooks the leg to try and finish this one off. Not even a 1 count, though. Kicks to the back, moves out of the way, coming up from behind, German suplex. And the way that Ace Reeves folded on his own neck right there, quite honestly, made me cringe a bit. And then Benny Banks goes and cracks his neck. I think that might have made him go, ooh, as well. Let me check my neck. Forearm smash, guys. Banks to the fall out of the ring. Hang on a minute, though. He comes back full force with a clothesline. Benny Banks, his first singles match since coming to NGW. The spotlight on bright, but it is 2 for Ace Reeves. He's got a lot to live up to after his win over Dante Tatum last week, guys. Double bounce moonsault, and Banks has this one in the bag. 3 count. Benny Banks victorious. Coming out of nowhere with that victory. The worst moonsault you ever did see gets the 1, 2, and the 3 over Ace Reeves. And there was the beginning of the end for Ace Reeves. He thought he'd knock Benny Banks out of the ring, giving himself a second to breathe, but then we got that double bounce of moonsault. Benny Banks ready for it. Hang on a minute! Bad boy Bill Wild, the tag team partner of Cam Harris, who earlier tonight we saw defeat the Elite in tag team competition. And again in 2 weeks, Benny Banks will meet Cam Harris one-on-one. You got to imagine Cam Harris sent Bill Wild out here to try and send a message. Spine buster by this Goliath man. And he's not finished either. Benny Banks unable to celebrate. Oh, Samoan drop, all 300 plus pounds down onto the midsection. And will Benny Banks even be able to make it to his match with Cam Harris after that? Now it is tertiary main event time, guys. More tag team action as the Prestige hoping to get back on track after their embarrassing loss in the Triple Threat Tornado Tag Team title match at Checkpoint, South Carolina, where Black Magic retained. In under 2 minutes, though, it was Michael Payne of the Wrecking Crew that got pinned, so technically the Prestige still unbeaten, at least unpinned and unsubmitted, and they're taking on the Ali Brothers, guys, a rematch from the Prestige's debut. The Ali Brothers, who have been a staple of the NGW Tag Team division since this season started, have really been struggling to climb the rankings. This could definitely be a turning point for them. Still to come, though, guys, we've got tag team action in the women's division as Amber Briggs and Akira will take on Sunny Octave and NGW Women's Champion Ashley Rain. And then in our main event, Gary Reed, now a singles competitor again, has a huge opportunity on his plate when he goes one-on-one with the brand new NGW champion, Dante Tatum. Suntan. Waking up early for some NGW, huh? Shane Ridley to the right, Grant Morgan on the left, guys. The Prestige, they are collectively, and since debuting early last month, they have taken the NGW Tag Team Division by storm, defeating the Ali Brothers in their debut. Then the NGW Tag Team Champions, becoming only the second ever team to be able to defeat Black Magic, and Wrecking Crew claimed as victims as well, while the Ali Brothers again fall at the hands of these two throwback superstars. And last time these duos met, it was a hell of a battle. Close to going either way. But the Prestige know they have what it takes to beat Abraham and Muhammad. Can they do it again? Black Magic are in need of challengers again. The Beatdown definitely made a statement earlier tonight that they should be considered, and even more so after what Bill Wilde did to Benny Banks just a few minutes ago. Abraham towards the front, Muhammad lagging behind. Look at the size of that guy. The Ali Brothers desperate to get back to #1 contendership. They've been slipping into obscurity with all these new tag teams arriving on the scene. There we go. Shane Ridley going to start things off against Abraham Ali. Referee Poe rings the bell. Meeting in the center ring, kick to the midsection, DDT. Not a great way to start for the Ali Brothers, but the Prestige are in a foul mood. They feel as though they should be wearing those NGW Tag Team titles right now. But because of the Wrecking Crew, they are not. You really have no idea what to expect in a triple threat Tornado Tag Team title match, or any sort of multi-team title match. I mean, look at what happened earlier this week on the Fusion finale, too. Bastion retained in a triple threat tornado tag by disqualification. Now, this Sunday at SummerSlam 4, 4 teams. Bastion, as well as Click, Tim LaFave, Paul Devine, and of course the Rebels going to compete in a match type voted on by the CMV Universe to unify the belts ahead of the debut Supremacy. Irish Whip to the corner by Shane Ridley. As Muhammad is now the legal man. Here comes Grant Morgan, guys. Back suplex. Oh no, dropped into kind of like a atomic drop. Back suplex by Morgan. Irish Whip to the corner again. This is what makes the Prestige so dangerous. They always come loaded with a game plan. Calf kick by Muhammad. Stomp onto the forearm and then onto the shoulder. Continuing to target the joints. Muhammad, for a bigger man, in reality, shouldn't be able to move the way that he does. You'd think that his brother Abraham got to be the high flyer, but he's kind of the powerhouse. It's an interesting dynamic. Irish Whip out of the corner. Trapped in the corner of the Ali Brothers. Ooh, that elbow caught both Muhammad and Abraham, though. Poe's taking enough bumps tonight. Grant Morgan very rarely hits that high knee in the corner. Oh, and look at this, lining up his shot. Face wash. Big boot right across the face. Muhammad looking up at them lights with stars in his eyes. The Prestige know this win will keep them hovering around that #1 contender spot, with NGW Checkpoint England 6 weeks away. There's plenty of time to find that top team, but wins like this matter. NGW Checkpoint England, though, is already a stacked card with that main event confirmed. Josep Ali Volta versus Dante Tatum for the NGW title in a Cage of Horrors match. And pedal and backbreaker as Shane Ridley comes off the top of the double boot stomp. I think that's the only time you will ever see Shane Ridley, a former trios champion, jumping off the top rope. No flips, just fists. I wonder where I got that from. I don't know. Stomp to the base of the skull. Shane Ridley is really a mean mofo to be in that ring against. Clothesline in the corner, guys. Muhammad has not been able to get going these last few minutes. The Prestige doing a great job of isolating him, cutting him off, and just beating him down, grinding him into the dirt, chipping away, block by block, spine buster. You see he got a bit of trouble getting Muhammad up, but he did. Now I'm going to go after the thigh, these knees. Such accuracy. Shane really knows exactly what he's doing at any given moment. Honestly, Ridley's a guy who a lot of people thought wasn't going to come back. He was on the shelf for months and months and months after a brutal attack at the hands of TZ Maxx, guys. But wait a minute, the Prestige looking to finish this one off with the flapjack cutter combo. Can Abraham save his brother? Yes, he can. Before even the count of one, this match going to continue. It did, Joe. In fact, it was the last match before this, our tertiary main event now. Still to come, Amber Briggs and Akira will take on the team of Sonny Octave and NGW Women's Champion Ashley Green before our main event where Gary Reed meets Dante Tatum. Juan on Juan. See what I mean? Muhammad just hit a Hurricane Rana there. Now trying to go for one of his German suplexes, maybe. A staple of his moveset. Irish whip off the ropes. On the rebound, drop toe hold. Ooh. Got a chip or two trying to make that hot tag to brother Abraham, but instead going to have his knees shattered. Grant Morgan, who has proved to be even more ruthless than Shane Ridley. Especially that rear naked choke of his, which has won the Prestige 2 of their 3 victories. Grabbed by the hair, taken for a bit of a walk. The Prestige maybe have their sights set on ending this one. Trying to slow it down a bit. Reverse shin lock in the corner, but you see how Grant Morgan took Muhammad to the corner of the Prestige so that he's trapped. Nowhere for the big man to go as Grant Morgan refuses to let up. Trip up. Muhammad finally gets himself the chance to tag Abraham, who's nice and fresh. Elbow to the side of the head. Irish whip into the corner. Full steam ahead. Tries for that high knee, man. 9 times out of 10, though, it misses. Stomp to the upper back. Knife edge chop. Lighten that chest up like the 4th of July. Elbow to the knee. Kick to the knee. And a DDT. I should become a rapper. To the jaw. And here it is, guys. This is the rear naked choke I was talking about. If he can get it fully locked in. There he goes. He's got the back mount. And the Ali brothers tapped out to this last time. They were against the Prestige, but no, they came prepared now. Slips through the legs, punch in the back of the head. Irish whip and Grant Morgan hanging on for dear life there on the apron. Abraham going to help him down. Back suplex onto the apron. You hear the thud? All the hardest parts of the ring. Super kick to the midsection. Drop kick though, and right into the apron. Abraham went, guys. Every single time these tag teams go at it, it is a banger. Abraham going dead weight, not allowing Grant Morgan to hoist him up for that scoop slam. I don't know what that was. Oh well, it worked. That's what that's what matters, I guess. Forearm smash. Count of 7 guys have until 20 to get back into the ring. Cutter on the outside by Abraham. Now hang on. That was a big shot. Running bulldog. Maybe Abraham is trying to incapacitate Morgan, guys. Try to get the count out win. Another standing cutter. Holy camole. Yeah, Morgan's got to put a stop to this. He's getting his face rearranged. 12 count. Abraham going to try to get back into the ring. 13. First splits off an elbow to the side of the head. Oh no, but a mistake is made. Hot tag, here comes Shane Ridley. Abraham realizing what he's done. But maybe it was all a clever ploy. Stop to the gut, lateral press, 1. Ooh, not even a 1 count, they got overzealous. Shane Ridley evades the stop. Double axe handle, Abraham pops right back up, kick to the midsection. Throwing him out onto the apron. Looking to give Ridley a back suplex. 1 for each member of the Prestige. The Ali brothers are a hell of a tag team. I don't think anybody denies that. Every single time they're in that ring, they give it their absolute, oh man, but it's just, they make mistakes like that. Spine buster by Ridley. 1, 2, 3, catching Abraham off guard, and the Prestige again are victorious over the Ali brothers. It's mistakes like that the Ali brothers, hang on, no, wait a minute, much like the beatdown did earlier tonight, the Prestige sending a message. The win wasn't enough. Putting the tag team division on notice. Particularly, I'd say, the beatdown with that one. Into our co-main event of the show. Women's action returning to the ring, as we'll see Amber Briggs and Akira take on the interesting team of Sunny Octave and NGW Women's Champion Ashley Rain, guys, who now knows that right here next week on NGW TV will defend her title against RVW, who won that #1 contenders match against Katie O'Sparkle a bit earlier in the show. But still to come on our main event, guys, Gary Reed, now a singles competitor once again, with Walter Boulay permanently going up to the main roster. What a shot he's got at NGW champion Dante Tatum. I cannot wait for that. Has the potential to steal the show for sure. End things on a high note. Amber Briggs and Akira. I don't know, something about this team scares me. I just look at both their faces. I feel like they're staring into my soul. I feel like they want my lunch money. As a matter of fact, Akira actually stole my bowl of oatmeal earlier tonight. I was just sitting backstage enjoying my oatmeal. She didn't spit in it. She literally just didn't even say anything, took it out of my hands and walked off. Kind of unsanitary and gross, but what are you gonna? I'm not gonna tell her to give it back or anything, you know what I mean? Especially after what she did this past Sunday at NGW Checkpoint, South Carolina, guys, putting both Kelsey Hayes and Sunny Octave through a table to win that triple threat 2 out of 3 falls tables match. And many say she deserves a shot at the women's championship for that. RVW first in line, however. Again, next week we'll face Ashley Rain for the championship. Mentioned earlier tonight, I'm surprised that Sunny Octave is even able to be here. The ferocity which Akira put her through that table, guys. And Amber Briggs has her own mission to accomplish after being upset by Rami Young last week in that 2 out of 3 falls match, the finals of the Joker's Wild tournament. Amber Briggs thought she had it won. She scored the first point, but then Young came back, putting her heart on display. 2 falls in a row over the inaugural CMV Vixens champion and a bona fide future Hall of Famer. Amber Briggs stepped down from her cozy position as NGW Women's Division Overseer to return to competition because she says that sitting back and watching all these young guns come in and tear it up every single week was giving her the itch. And she's proven over these last couple of months that she is still on her A game, still the best of the best. Just look back at her win over Rosebow Champ and the match they had. And the baddest bitch of NGW, the former muscle of the House of Hayes, in the end proving to be the best of the three. She's got the look, she's got the skill. Mark my words right now, you can quote me, Akira is a future women's champion. I don't doubt it for a second. At the absolute top of her game and one of, if not possibly the most dangerous submission artists in CMV today. That rear naked choke of hers is just about impossible to escape from. You tap out or you pass out. There's team number one. The hard-hitting combo of Amber Briggs and Akira, guys. Contradicting them is the fun-loving duo of Sunny Octave and NGW Women's Champion Ashley Ray. Octave slipped into the dark side for a while there. She's still donning her House of Hayes shirt. Maybe can't let go of the past a little there. Octave starting to garner the support of these fans once more. But how are her and Rain going to coexist? Suffice to say, it's going to be interesting to see. Because we know Sunny Octave's goal is to become NGW Women's Champion. Multiple opportunities have slipped through her fingers. She wants nothing more than to win that title wrapped around the waist currently of the small but mighty Ashley Rain, who, man, what a defense she had against Rami Young in South Carolina. Still unbeaten, unpinned, unsubmitted in any match type. That includes 2 ladder matches. I'm so hyped for RBW versus Rain next week. You don't even know. But perhaps Rain before then will taste her first defeat. Briggs going to start things off against Octave. Referee Poe rings the bell. Briggs just throws her across the ring, man, like she's nothing. And look at Akira cutting her off on the outside as she was trying to get back into the ring. No love lost between the former House of Hayes partners. Conspicuous by her absence is Kelsey Hayes, guys, who probably took the loss in South Carolina the worst. We actually saw her get approached by Jasmine Crossings after the show had ended. And well, you remember a couple weeks ago, Kelsey Hayes defeated Jasmine Crossings. Afterwards, they shaked hands. Jasmine Crossings apparently offering Hayes a partnership, not too sure, but neither of them here tonight. Content to have this match unfold ringside as Briggs, it would seem, man, taking out all of her anger on Sunny Octave. Embarrassed by someone like Rami Young. doesn't want it to happen again at the hands of Octave. Count of 9, have until 20 to get back into the ring. 10 now. Octave new to the midsection. These two see in red, but luckily we're not going to get a count out. Coming up from behind, Sonny Octave reverse DDT. Octave at the forefront of the NGW women's division, always has really since this season started, and there are countless classics with Piper Fox. It's a damn shame we never really got that send-off that we were supposed to. Sonny Octave, Piper Fox for the women's championship last month, but thanks to Kelsey Hayes attacking Octave beforehand, it never transpired. Instead, Ashley Rain ended up cashing in her Magnificent Six contract to become champion, and well, thus Piper Fox forced to take time off due to a neck injury that was already starting to impact her in-ring performance before Rain cashed in, and they had that unforgettable bout for the championship. Look at this neck crank. I just mentioned her. Suntan, open your ears. Taken for a walk, elbow to the midsection, and again a third time. This is the match that I personally wanted to see in South Carolina. I mean, don't be mistaken, I'm a Rami Young fan, and I'm glad we had such a good match between them two. However, Amber Briggs is the best of the past, and Ashley Rain is surely the future. The inaugural Vixens champion, a future Hall of Famer as mentioned, against the gal who is just on her way to the top and has made it there now. Will she be able to maintain her spot, however, with so many challengers closing in on her? RBW being the next Whirlybird head scissors by the small but mighty one. Shot to the jaw. Amber Briggs and Akira, guys, if they can win this match, beating a top contender like Sonny Octave and the champion, Ashley Rain, for sure they'll be locking in their spots atop the rankings. Look at Octave go. Trio of running elbow strikes to the chest. Kick to the midsection. Caught. Trip up by the best of the best. The boss of the women's division. Half Boston Crab. Octave was quick to escape, though. You see Akira over at her corner begging for the tag. Seeing that Briggs is in trouble, punch the back of the head. Up against the ropes. Tries for a kick to the knee. Amber Briggs coming out swinging, though. There you go. Irish whip towards Akira. Ooh, but misses. The back body splash. And Octave, what a punch to the face that was. Jeez. I mean, Octave's pissed, too. She's got to be in a foul mood. Her women's title match taken from her. Being defeated at the hands of Akira. Embarrassed in South Carolina. Week after week, she's falling further and further away from that shot she so desires at the women's title. So many more are more deserving than her currently. Oh no, Amber Briggs, the purveyor of backbreakers right now with this torture rack modification. Choking out Octave with her own arm, but look at that. Sony, and the face breaker coming out of nowhere. Never discount Octave. Dragged by arm and leg. And again, tries for the pin, making it more difficult for Akira to try and make the save. Poe has to get in position, well over a 3 count at this point, but Amber Briggs is able to kick out. Poe kind of screwing Octave there. He needed that perfect setup, though, you know. He needed to see that those shoulders were down. Hang on a minute! Octave, who rarely ever is able to hit this, the Hangman's DDT. And Briggs, eyes glazed over. Octave, as quickly as she could make it into the pin, hook in the leg, but only a 1 count. Akira breaks the pin, but then pays for it with that reverse DDT. Octave telling the crowd to shush so they can hear the smack of Briggs' neck off the canvas. Sonny Octave not letting up in her offense. Modified crossface now. Amber Briggs trapped in the center of the ring, but the veteran able to get onto her back, knee to the base of the skull, and then a punch right to the face. Kick to the midsection. DDT into the pin. One. No, Ashley Rain. Oh, she gotta get it. She gotta get out of there. You do not want to be trapped between Amber Briggs and Akira. I do, but she doesn't. Hot tag to Ashley Rain now, the women's champion, coming in with a fire up under her ass. Misses that drop kick though and gonna pay dearly for it, or maybe not. Kick to the midsection. Clothesline. Reels her in for a shot to the midsection. Another big old kick to the gut. Hang on. Boss bomb. Boss bomb. Will Ashley Rain be pinned and defeated for the first time in her career? 1, 2. She almost is. 2.999. That would be a damn shame because the unbeaten RVW versus the unbeaten Ashley Rain next week has a nice ring to it. But Amber Briggs doesn't give a damn about that. Ashley Rain, however, does. She's gonna go for it. There it is. Into the pin. 1, 2. The sunny side up, though. Not able to grab the 3 because of Akira, who breaks the pin, then is quick to retreat back out onto the apron. But Rain trying to garner the support of this NGW live crowd, and I think they are for sure behind her. She's wasting a lot of time, though. Drop kick. Drop kick again. Misses the clothesline off the ropes, man. Briggs just can't keep up with Rain's speed. You see Akira kind of getting fed up with Briggs at this point. I don't even think Akira has been legal in the match yet, has she? I'm pretty sure Briggs has been in there since the bell rang. Oh, wait a minute. Ashley Rain going to the top rope, her second home. Throwing caution to the wind as she hits one of her patented maneuvers. That moonsault hooks the leg, but again, Akira starting to become a thorn in the side of the NGW Women's Champion. And Rain says enough is enough. Twist the face on the rope. See ya, bye, Akira. Make sure to send a postcard. And now Rain, Irish whip. Tag to Octave, but no, Briggs waiting with a boot to the dome. Takes her for a walk, trying to cut her off from Octave. Snapmare kick to the back, and finally a tag to Akira, who has been foaming at the mouth. Goes for a kick, leg sweep though. Moonsault from Rain. Riley Ben Wilson, I'm sure, watching on the edge of her seat closely, taking mental notes, preparing as best she can for the title match next week. Tag to Octave. Ashley Rain knows Octave wants to get revenge on Akira. She's going to let her. Swinging elbow to the midsection. So there was never really any personal beef between these two. I mean, it was more Kelsey Hayes than Octave. And even Akira and Hayes. Remember, Akira came out here last week and cost Hayes a match against Danielle Davis. But now that they're on their own, both these gals know only one to take a step closer to a shot at the championship. Ashley Rain tagged back in after only about a minute and change to rest. Knee bar by the submission expert, the baddest bitch on NGW, Akira. But look at Ashley Rain, turns around, punch to the face, and again and again. Akira to her feet, looking like she's in La La Land, Hurricane Rana. Ashley Rain's feeling it, thriving off the energy of her fans, helping Akira up to her feet like the kind humanitarian that she is. Punch to the pec, tries for a cheeky jab, forearm smash up against the ropes. Arm wrenching, then gets dropped with that toe hold. Irish whip to the corner, tries for a mega dropkick. Ooh, her rear end getting a bit bruised. Clothesline to the outside. Akira doesn't give Rain a second to catch her breath, though. Right back on the attack, knee to the midsection. This fight ensues ringside. And I don't know that you want to start throwing hands with someone like Akira on the outside. She's already packing those moves that'll make you feel the pain the next morning. But then she gets her hands on the environment, you know, the steps, the apron, the concrete floor. Kick to the midsection, Akira. Hang on! Akira! The Falcon Arrow dropped into the rear naked choke. Rear naked choke. Will Ashley Rain be defeated for the first time ever? Akira's got it locked in, but hang on. Ashley Rain, elbows to the midsection, man. I don't think a whole lot of people have escaped that. Rain might be one of the first few. Oh, Akira had her dead to rights, man, but Rain just won't quit. Hurricane Rana. And Rain, sensing that this match is starting to catch up to her, looking for the sunny side down, but Akira instead, ankle lock! Ankle lock by Akira! Come on, Rain's got a tap. Are you kidding me? Arm drag by the muscle. But now Rain with a submission. Half Boston Crab. Akira ain't gonna tap though. She knows how to escape every single submission move you can think of. Irish whip into the corner. Akira being cautious of her approach. Took too much time though. Rain able to pop up with that boot to the jaw. Akira saying, stay down. Tiger suplex, but both women are now down. Neither able to move. Akira starts to stir. And just out of instinct, able to throw her arm over Rain's chest. 1, 2. But still, man, the women's champion survives. For how long can she do that in the ring against someone as ruthless as Akira? Gotta make a tag to Sunny Octave. I think Akira's looking for a tag to Amber Briggs. Rejected though by the small but mighty one. Irish whip into her corner now. This is desperation. Hang on. What's this? Well, Ashley Rain. Hang on. Oh, watch out, Sunny. Baseball slide drop kick. Akira goes flying back. Hold on the outside. Rain's face gonna crack off the thin padding. Might as well rip that shit up. Just expose the concrete. Here comes Amber Briggs with the hot tag for Akira. Clothesline from the boss. Big boot. Ashley Rain though, front headlock. Chops away at the wrist. Forearm smash. Good night. Oh, and come on if Briggs hits this. Another boss bomb, guys! A second boss bomb! Rain! Middle of the ring! 1, 2! Her unbeaten streak survives still! What? And Amber's like, forget about this. Realizes what she's doing though. Man, Sunny Octave didn't even break up the pin either. Rain legit kicked out. Seated position and that massive claw to the shoulder. Akira's still down, guys. This would be the perfect chance for Ashley Rain to put Briggs away, but she's unable to. Headbutt, click with an elbow, had it waiting for her. Closed on to the outside. You can't win out there, though. You can make the tag to Octave, however, who's had a good while to rest up. Gonna collect Briggs. Kick to the midsection, caught though, clothesline. She hits hard on the outside. Count of 3 by our head official Poe. Collar and elbow tie up. Amber Briggs gonna be the stronger every time. Probably, I'd say, the strongest woman on the NGW roster. Don't quote me though. Rosebud champ gonna come looking for me. if she hears about that. Count of 6, Octave. Oh no, but did she make a mistake? Hot tag to Akira. Octave now. Oh, mama. Knee strike. Right to the jaw, but the face breaker. Into the pin. 1, 2. Akira hesitated and she paid for it. Scoop slam. Akira drops down behind. Pushes Octave away, giving herself some room to work. Bicycle, big boot. Akira, STF by Akira. This is the very maneuver that Riley Van Wilson used earlier tonight to win her #1 contenders match against KDO Sparkle. I guess Akira is going to try to finish this one off the same way. And Akira clears the ring, feeling good about herself. Says, get out of the way, Rain. Sunny Octave popping back up. She's never one to stay down for very long. Drop toe hold again. Akira can barely stand at this point, though, man. These 4 women have been giving it their all. What a match this has been. And virtually for, nothing either. You could say that Amber Briggs and Akira winning will better their odds in the rankings. And of course, Ashley Rain wants to keep her streak alive, but it just goes to show how prideful all 4 of these gals are, willing to maybe even risk injury. Nobody will stay down. 9. Oh, and a KO. Right to the back of Octave's head, man. Akira does not care for her former friend's safety. So aggressive to the point that Ashley Rain has to try and come out and talk Akira down from trying to end Octave's career. Uh-oh. Brainbuster onto the knee. And look at how Akira doesn't even go for a pin, doesn't wait a second. Brings Octave right back up to her feet. German suplex. Where's Akira going? Grabbing at her ribs. Maybe, like I said, risking injury. Could have a cracked rib, maybe even a few. At the very least, bruised. Amber Briggs does some mocking of Octave. Forearm smash. Gets rejected. And now from the fireman's carry position, dropped on the top rope. Amber Briggs, the boss DDT. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. That is old school Amber. And look at how smart she is, man. That veteran instinct dragging Octave all the way across the ring, making it harder for Rain to break the pin, but she doesn't even try. Luckily, Octave kicks out on her own at 2. Both gals going for kicks. Amber's got off first. Tries again with Octave, but gets the clothesline. Tag back to Akira. Briggs and Akira have been working very well together. And how good would this feel for Akira to tap out Sunny Octave? Rings of Saturn. Rings of Saturn. Octave is trapped. Can she find a way out? Yes, she can. Able to get some elbows through. Grabbing at her arms, though. Goes low to Akira. Knee to the midsection. Flying elbow to the face. Grabbing Akira by the hair. Gouge of the eyes. Akira. Not afraid of getting dirty. And hang on. Hang on. The Akira clutch. The Akira clutch from a different angle. She's got it locked in. And Octave taps. Octave taps. And you know what this means. Ashley Rain has officially taken her first loss. She wasn't involved in the decision, still pinned and unsubmitted, but in the record book it will say Ashley Rain was defeated because of Octave, who is forced to tap the hands of Akira, the baddest bitch on NGW, living up to her nickname. And what is this going to do to the morale of Ashley Rain heading into her title defense next week against RVW? Sure, she's still unpinned, unsubmitted, still unbeaten one-on-one, but this is a loss nonetheless, guys. RVW's got to have a smile on her face from ear to ear right now. Are you guys ready for this? Our main event of the card. It is going to be the newly solo Gary Reed, who was forced to break off his not only partnership, but really friendship with Walter Belay as the Machine, the Eliminator, the Anarchy Champion, after his win over DC in South Carolina, has been sent to the main roster full time. And it was a pretty emotional goodbye from Reed to Belay. If you didn't see it on our website, communityuniverse.4motion.com, bring a tissue because you might start tearing up a little bit. But Gary Reed knows that there is no rest for the wicked, and now as a singles competitor again, he looks to better his positioning in the rankings for maybe a future shot at that NGW championship, guys, because he's taking on the champ himself right here in a non-title bout. And remember, Gary Reed, when NGW was restarted towards the end of last season, he made it to the finals of the tournament to crown a new NGW champion. The Armbar Society has been beloved by the NGW universe, but it's time for a new chapter in the American Dragon's career. It could be the final chapter of Dante's. I mean, Gary Reed, guys, is a man who has ended 2 careers in his NGW tenure with that rolling armbar of his. Gary Reed is true to the old saying, tap or snap. If you do not submit to his armbar, he will break your arm. He has no qualms about doing so. When Reed is in that ring, it is all about business. And with the NGW champion standing across from him, you know he's going to give it 100%. But what's the mind state of Dante Tatum? Yes, he's on cloud 9. Yes, he's the new NGW champion with a brand new NGW title. But in 6 weeks, NGW Checkpoint England, he's going to step into the cage of horrors with Yosef Ali Vota. I know that there's a lot of people out there who could say that Dante's win over Yosef was a fluke in South Carolina, since he did it twice, because remember the week before, Dante beat him in a tag team match as well. However, there are some out there, including Ted Dickens, who says Dante Tatum is not the true NGW champ, because if you watch the replays, Yosef's arm was on the bottom rope. However, there are no more automatic rope breaks in CMV. And look at that championship around the waist of Dante. It just looks like $1 million on him. The catalyst, the spark plug of NGW, the heart and soul of this brand. And Ted Dickens is really one to talk, because he and Yosef tried screwing Dante about 10 different times in that title match. Dante, however, overcame the adversity. And now there he stands as the man on NGW. He's the champ that runs the camp. He's the face that runs the place. But is Gary Reed going to gobble up his arm and spit it out? Dante cannot afford to underestimate someone as dangerous as the American Dragon. Referee Poe rings the bell. Here we go. Kick to the midsection, right into a complete shot. That's how Dante likes to start off most of his matches. Reed, not so much. Dragon screw there. By a man who came very, very close to winning the NGW championship towards the end of last season. these past months traveling with Walter Belay maybe have given him some ring rust as a singles competitor, though a couple of weeks ago he did knock off DC mano a mano, and that's no easy feat. Hurricane Rana by Dante Tatum. Gary Reed takes that kick to the back. Like a man, clothesline in the corner. Dante, though, pops back up. Very fast pace between these two. Ooh, barely got that clothesline, but enough of it to take Reed off his feet in a standing moonsault. Gary Reed's submission expertise and striking aptitude against Dante Tatum's unmatched agility and athleticism. Pinfall attempt early on. Doesn't even get a 1 count. Figure 4 head scissors by Dante Tatum. Dante is a smart competitor. He knows that Gary Reed is kind of in unfamiliar territory right now. He's used to being able to rely on Walter Belay, tagging in and out, always having somebody watching his back. That's not the case anymore. And then you look at someone like Dante Tatum, who's been screwed again and again by so many different people, who's gone through the ringer, who's been grinded up and shot out, but still, there he is, your NGW champion. And now, as champ, he has to take these kind of challenges if he wants to be that type of champion that people can be proud of, that people can say, yeah, Dante Tatum's NGW champion, I stand behind him. There's going to be a ton of people like Gary Reed coming out of the woodwork saying, I want to match you, I want to fight you. Give me a shot at the championship. And I think Dante Tatum's going to be that kind of guy to accept any and all challenges. He has been throughout his career. And now that he's champion, it's just going to be multiplied times 10. Look at Reed going after that arm, guys. He's like an alligator. When it has its meal trapped in those massive jaws, it just does not let go. Unrelenting. Elbow right to the back of the head. Hang on, what? That's the music, guys, of Brett Curtis. Gary Reed. Moment. Hang on a minute. Brett Curtis, what's he doing? Brett Curtis entering the ring and attacking Gary Reed. Hitting him with that DDT. We haven't seen Brett Curtis, guys, in over a month since the Fatal 5-Way match to crown him NGW champion. Why did he just attack Gary Reed, though? 1, 2. Dante tries to take advantage, but, well, it took too much time getting to the pin, only a 2 count. And just as quickly as Curtis appeared, guys, he has vanished after almost screwing Gary Reed after what could be the win of his career. The infamous one. What is his stake trying to pull one over on Reed? I'm not sure. Maybe wanting to better his standings in the rankings. We know Brett Curtis, he said it himself a couple of months ago. He wants that NGW championship. He's willing to do whatever he has to get it. Dante Tatum accidentally knocking over Poe. I'm sure he didn't mean it. He'll probably apologize after the show knowing Tatum, but holy cow, did you see that? Hurricane Rana actually catching Reed on the outside. And Reed has somehow gotten back into this one. I don't know if he's fully regained his composure, though. How could you after a DDT like that? Dante Tatum using that opening. Hanging up Reed on the top rope. Japanese arm drag. Forearm smash. Gary Reed going limp like a wet spaghetti noodle. He is not looking good right now. Tatum knows it too. The NGW champion with that sunset flip powerbomb. 1, 2, 3, and Dante Tatum victorious. And definitely gotta mention the assist from Brett Curtis, guys, because it was looking like Gary Reed had the match won. He was starting to beat down on Tatum, and then Curtis runs in Haven't seen him in over a month. And effectively hands the win to Dante on a silver platter. I don't even know, guys, if Dante was fully aware of what happened. Because he was down when Brett Curtis hit that DDT right there. I think just out of instinct, he crawled to the pin, saw that Reed was down, and tried to take the chance. But nonetheless, Reed continued to try and fight, but it was for naught. Sunset Flip powerbomb there gives Dante the win in his debut as NGW champion. Whatever Brett Curtis's plan is, it came to fruition. I don't know if you want to get someone like Gary Reed on your bad side. And for Dante Tatum, 6 weeks is all he has to prepare before he steps inside of the cage of horrors against Josep Ali Volta for the title in England. Not going to be a smile on that face of his for much longer. I don't think. I don't imagine. And you know what? I got nothing to do. Let's do a live event match. We haven't done one in a while. Not there's a lot of people here, so. Let's see, what do we got? It's all about the why is this game's weird. Baby. Definitely want to just, even though we're not going to watch this one, because Pepper Fox is injured. She can't be in competition, guys. We'll just give Octave someone random. Let's see. Not a man. It's got to be a woman. Alright, we'll put her against Kelly Free. There you go. Whatever. Oh, okay. Whatever. I guess it's Kira instead. CBA. Alright, what do we want? Let's see. We'll do a one-off wall. Suntan, why don't you go ahead and pick someone? Because I appreciate you. Up to you, Suntan. I leave it all in your hands. Our fate is up to you, okay? Alright. Who should Cam fight? Throw out suggestions. First name I see, I'm gonna put it in there. Nobody? Okay, I guess we'll just do random then. Sure, why not? Whatever. Fine by me. A bit of history between them, so works. Everybody on NGW has a low overall. Cam just won earlier. Don't at me, alright? I need to eat something after this. My little tummy's rumbling. Woo! I've already forgotten this first match. Rami Young versus Ashley Rain. Oh, a little dark match rematch from South Carolina. And wow, Rami won this time. Not that it fully counts. Nobody witnessed it. And Callie beat Akira. Okay. Night of the upsets. Does a loss like that matter if it's on a house show? Of course, Suntan. Nobody does it better. Not a single soul alive. Rami Young out here beating Ashley Rain on house shows, but couldn't do it for the championship. Shake my damn head. Nobody witnessed the match, right? It's just hearsay. But we are going to witness this match. Cam Harris, who is coming off a very successful stint on NGW TV earlier, him and Bill Wild able to knock off the Elite, and then beating them down afterwards, living up to their tag team name. Not only that, but it was announced Cam Harrison 2 weeks ago, one-on-one with Benny Banks on NGW, sending out Bill Wild, guys, to attack Benny Banks after his win over Ace Reeves. I said it before, Cam Harris is a silver-tongued devil. I guess that's just par for the course when you grow up in a place like Las Vegas, the Sin City Savior. It's all about bettering his odds in any given scenario. Surprisingly leaving Bill Wild in the back for this one. As I said, though, a bit of history between these two. Blake Virtue, who was on the winning team that defeated Cam's, and his big old grand return kind of sullied the return of Cam. Blake Virtue, though, on his own comeback tour. A lethal striker, if there ever was one. Cam Harris going to have his work cut out for him here. Here we go, Cam Harris and Blake Virtue. One-on-one, the former Rising Star champion against the quick-paced. Oh! Virtue and a scoop slam right out of the gate. Gonna make Harris pay, though. Tries to with an attempted Tiger suplex, but instead trapped in the corner with that clothesline. Oh, takes a quick second to admire his own body. Cam Harris is looking in good shape. Looks like he lost some weight while also building up a bit of muscle. Especially those abs. I mean, you could count them. Look at those things. Eat sushi off that. Come on. And I bet that's something Cam Harris does. Gets girls to eat sushi off his abs. That just screams Cam Harris to me. Maybe he gets Bill Wild to eat sushi off his abs. I don't know about that. Bill Wild would probably be down. 300-plus pounder, I guess, watching from the back, though, for this one. After doing Harris's dirty work earlier on NGW TV. Beating the holy hell out of Benny Banks. And who even knows if the worst will be able to make it to him in Cam's match in a couple of weeks now. Ooh, tries for a cutter. Rejected. Misses that clothesline. Irish whip now. Virtue goes off the ropes. Harris meeting him around every corner, though. One. No 2 count. And that stomps it back of the head. Cam Harris lining up his shot. Off the ropes he goes, delivering a reality check. Knee to the side of the head and then a neck breaker. Now we get a Rings of Saturn submission hold. Blake Virtue trapped, nowhere for him to go. Might be forced to submit. Virtue, though, able to find a way to escape. Virtue is coming back after his long hiatus. He wasn't around for very long in his original incarnation on NGW. Cam Harris, however, though, as I mentioned during NGW TV, has become a veteran at this point. I mean, he was a part of the CMV roster, and then when NGW was recreated and brought back to life, he became a mainstay, surrounding himself with allies. Able to capture the Rising Star Championship. It's good to see that there's no ring rust on him and how long he was away. Oh! Suplex release right there. And then a kick to the shoulder. Jeez. Like I said, Blake Virtue is a nasty hitter. I mean, look at this. Cam Harris ain't having a whole lot of fun right now with that joint manipulation, wrenching back on the wrist, and then double knees rolling off the lower back. Blake Virtue's got something else for Cam. Ooh, Harris ain't sticking around to see it, though. The Sin City Savior with a reverse DDT. Rolls out onto the apron. Does Virtue looking for some refuge? I don't know if he's going to find it, though. Harris waiting for him. Big old punch. Caught, though. Forearm smash. Virtue back into the ring. Irish whip into the corner. Full steam ahead. Shoulder thrust to the lower back. Ooh, Cam Harris. That did not look like a tickle. Back to the corner again. Virtue overhand. Cam says, nah, fam. Let me show you this instead. Irish whip. Ooh, pulls back. Hang on a minute. Clothesline. Snapmare. Rolling neck snap. What a combination. And here comes Harris now with a Indian deathlock on Blake Virtue, who does not last very long in it. Sets himself free. No residual damage, it would seem. Belly-to-belly suplex attempted. Trio of punches right to the schnoz. Harris with an air raid siren. Virtue, though, grinds his teeth and pushes forward. Oh! Virtue with that knee to the chest, guys. We've seen him win matches off that before. Not enough for Cam. That side effect might be, though. 1, 2. Oh. Harris getting his shoulder up off the canvas with but a millisecond to spare. Virtue looking to dish out one more shot. Oh, misses the super kick, though. Readjusts. Super kick to the knee, and there's the last shot. Busting Cam open, giving him a present to go out on. And what? Harris? I thought for sure it was over right there. Virtue trying to psych himself up. get back into the game. Oh, hang on a minute. Sharpshooter by Virtue. Sharpshooter applied. Cam Harris able to use his smaller stature, though, to escape from that. As blood just pours out of his head. The hell was that? I don't even know what to call that. It's kind of like a inverted hero slam or something. There's another knee to the chest, but Virtue's down too. Last ditch effort. Both guys on their backs looking up at the lights. Blake's starting to move around, doesn't even know where he is. Cam Harris also trying to get to his feet first, using the ropes to do so. Virtue coming up on his six, misses the punch. And Harris with the cravat driver. There's the swag walk. What you can expect from Cam. Couple of forearm smashes and a catchphrase. Cam's starting to pace. Doesn't know what he wants to do. He's tried everything. Virtue just keeps on getting up. Same can be said. Vice versa. Stops in the chest, lateral press. Cam Harris trying to tell Blake, just stay down, kid. Oh, Cam Harris going for the people's moonsault. Right on target. And now Cam says, take your pictures, go ahead. Wiping the blood from his eyes, too. Wasted time. Virtue gonna make him pay. Jawbreaker. Over the shoulder. What is this? Oh, Samoan driver. And pop back. Short arm shoulder thrust. One ain't enough. Look at that perfect setup, though. Directly in the center of the ring, another people's moonsault. This time goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Harris gets it. Cam Harris picks up the win after a second people's moonsault. What a match that was. The Sin City Savior on a roll. I think he's as ready he can be for Benny Banks, but can the same be said after what Wild did to Banks earlier on NGW TV? Blake Virtue's not happy about that loss. It was close. But guys, thank you as always for tuning in and watching along with you for this episode of NGW number 36, episode 590 overall. And I will see you all tomorrow for the final episode of Genesis before this Sunday's CyberSlam 4. Again, if you have not voted, make sure you do so. You have until tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find the link to the polls on our Twitter and our Discord. And next week, guys, the new era is ushered in for CMV with the debut of Supremacy merging the Fusion and Genesis rosters. I cannot wait, but I hope you have a lovely rest of your Thursday, and I will see you when I see you.